And hello everyone, and welcome to the Ero PlayStation F2 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Uh, you may or may not recognise me. I'm saying this quote again, you may or may not recognise me, but I'll introduce myself now. My name is Demesis, I am the Northern Irish driver in PlayStation F3 and reserve commentator, so you'll see me doing loads of different tiers. And I've got the pleasure today to do F2. A very rare occasion that I do F2, but I've got the chance to do it now, so I'm happy with it. Full grid today, which we always love to see, but it's Jeddah, so it could mixed emotions. I'm going to quickly run through the grid. In the Mercedes, we have Kaipi and Vilzu. In the Red Bull, with P1 and P2 in the standings. Where are they? There's one down in P19 and now Jericho, my fellow Northern Irish driver, in the Red Bull, who's currently sits P2 in the standings alongside Brendan Gashi, or Bashi. P1 in the standings has won 5 out of the 6 races he's raced in. And yeah, can normally just be a very dominant driver. We'll see what he can do today. In the Ferrari, we have 2 reserve drivers of Eat My... That is Snoken spun round. Anyway, we have Eat My Dust, and I'm going to say this so wrong, and this is just so bad. Actually, no. Massey... I don't know. Anyway, next... I'm sorry, I don't know how to say his name. In the McLaren, we have full-time driver of Bull, who's where is he in the standings? P7 in the standings. Normally, we'll either get a podium or DNF, so we'll see what he can do today. And debut driver of VER Lars, part of the esports team, Virtual Esports Racing. We have a few drivers in Virtual Esports Racing in the league. We have Jet in F1. We now have Lars in F2. We did have Ken before, but he's now left. So I believe the second driver to be in Virtual Esports Racing within ERO now. So we can see what Lars can do today in his debut race. You know what? We'll watch him for a little bit as well. I need to turn everything on because I haven't turned everything on. There we go. In the Alpine, we have the 2 full-time drivers of Quinn and Taban. Then in the AlphaTauri, we have Matt Susman, full-time driver, and we have the reserve driver of Snoken 75, or Otto. I think that's how you say his name. Lars is purple sector, and I believe he's the 3rd or 4th driver to be on a lap, so we can see what kind of time comparison. In the Aston Martin, we have Smirtone, who just recently got a full-time seat in F2, being promoted from F3. Uh-oh. An incident between Mats and Maciek in the Ferrari has led to an incident between them, and they're both DNF'd. We can see, we just saw there, actually. There's an Alpine. It looked like they both bent it in the same spot. I'm not so sure about that, but a few drivers definitely won't be happy. I take so long when I'm trying to do the grid. Like I said, Smirtone recently got promoted to F2 from F3, now has a full-time seat in Aston Martin. And then Pitbull Turbo, reserve driver, I believe, in the Aston Martin. In the Williams, we have Yomir, full-time driver. And who is the teammate? Because I can't tell between the different colours. Oh yeah, Ferret de Sousa, who is not the full-time driver. He's a reserve driver. Quite a common reserve driver within F2. What other teams is there? Alfa Romeo, we have the duo of Pangri and Foley. I think Foley may have had a quali ban. That's why quite a few retirements have happened. Yeoman had a thing to serve, a quali ban to serve. I believe Foley had one to serve as well. Pangui P3 in the standings now, 87 points. So he's doing well. Didn't race last week, was the first race he's missed, but 4 out of 6 podiums in the races which he's raced in. That AlphaTauri was on the racing line as well, snoking. Maybe a little report for that, I don't know. It wasn't that big of a block. And in that, Hassies, we have Connor Plump, or Yoloman. I'm going to call him Yoloman. Oh, there's another car bendit to ban. Pangri manages to avoid it. Looks like that corner is taking out quite a lot of people. Already 5 DNFs. As Pangri goes purple sector 2. That might only be because, though, this is his first lap, so I'm not so sure. We'll have to wait and see. And the other Haas driver is Astros, Connor Ryan, from Republic of Ireland, the neighbouring country to mine. That camera angle's actually quite cool. Is that a thing? Anyway, let's look at the time so far. Jericho, a 27.5. That is fast. We have Lars with a 28. We have Bull with a 28.2. We have Quing with a 28.3. Astros with a 28.6. Pitbull, I'm going to call him Pitbull. Actually, no. What sounds better? Turbo or Pitbull? We're going to call him Turbo. It sounds better. He is a 28.7. Velzu, 28.8, goes into the pits. Pangri, 28.9. In fact, this was a 29.6. I imagine there must have been a mistake in that lap. Would be my guess. Again, we see the cool camera angle of the car coming in. I've never saw this camera angle before. Anyway, driver on the lap. Snoken. Hasn't set it up yet. So we're going to watch him and see what he can do. He is purple sector 1, but I think that is also because it's his first lap. So if it comes up purple sector 2 again, we know it's sadly not purple sector. But we'll watch on board with him. I need to get the track map up because I have no idea what corners he's going into right now. Bear with me 1 second. Yulmir's left the session, not the greatest there for that to happen. He's going to go to the last corner, isn't he? Yeah, turn 27. There's 27 corners on this track. Never knew that. Anyway, he's came round the last corner. We'll open up the DRS. We'll nearly go off the track. We'll set a 27. We'll go P7 for the now. 14 thousandths behind Turbo. And just under a tenth faster than Vilzu. Anyone on the lap? Believe the top 2 are. Jericho setting up a lap by the looks of things. Looks like it. Jericho's setting up a lap for himself. Hopefully he has enough fuel for it. Lars on a lap. Like I said, debut driver. I don't know his pace, but I do have to say this, he's in Virtual Esports Racing, so he probably will have a bit of pace. He is Purple Sector 1, and as he's already set a lap, this means it is the fastest Sector 1 in the session right now. It didn't show up though how much he was up on his time, which is a bit annoying, but we'll see I guess at the Sector 2. Brendan Gashi as well, or Bashi, still to set a lap. Currently he's a P16, the current championship leader. Lars is 2 tenths up in his time, but apparently he's set purple sectors. I don't get that. He needs to be 5 tenths up, or 4.5 tenths up, to beat Jericho's time. But he's only 2.5 tenths up, but he's coming up with purple sectors. I don't know. Looks like he may have locked up into turn 27 at the last corner. We'll have to wait and see. He'll come across the line to set a 27.509. Will take provisional pole by almost a tenth. As we have Bashi, championship leader, goes extremely wide. No invalidation though. Is getting the tool from his teammates slightly, but Jericho is too slow to kind of stay in front of Bashi, so we'll have to see here. Bashi coming into the last corner, turn 27. He will dive into the pits. This happened to me. What just happened there to Bashi happened to me in F3, in quali. Oh, that's not good. There's a massive pile up of Red Bull cars. Okay, sorry, I was yawning there. Who do we have next? We have Lars staying out the way for AlphaTauri driver. No, not AlphaTauri. Alfa Romeo driver of Pangrea in an outlap. Is Bo on the lap? No, Bo's down this time. Quinn is on the lap now. Astros is a 10th down in his lap. But that won't move him anywhere. He needs to actually improve by almost 4 tenths to get into the top 4. We'll see what he can do. Comes round turn 26 and into turn 27. Closes the DRS, and then the DRS will be open again. That's the last corner quite nicely. Will come across the line. Doesn't actually take the full way to cut off. Was at 28.366. That is a 3 times improvement. Does put him close to the top 4. So if he is to go for another lap, that is a good time to have for the now. That is Quinn pulling out the way. He sadly was 3 tenths up, but something must have happened. He's backed out of his lap. As we saw Mercedes going by. Kaipi? Oh no, not Kaipi, but Kaipi is coming round the last corner. So we'll watch what he can get. Kaipi, will he cut the bit? Yes. Actually, no, he won't. 28.8 puts himself half a tenth behind his teammate Velzu, who hasn't validated, will dive into the pits. Yes, he will. Anyone on laps and out? Bashi on an outlap. The championship leader, 13 minutes of qualifying, hasn't been able to set a lap in qualifying. Opangri, P5, just crossed the line. A 28.253, 13,000 spine bowl, puts him P5. That is good for the now. But we're going to go on board. Please tell me you're starting a lap. He's opened up ERS and DRS. He should be starting a lap now. Yeah, he will be. Championship leader, Bashi. What can he do? He just set a 28 as a lap, which I believe was invalidated or he wasn't pushing. That would put him P4 if he could set the same lap again. He is actually, looks to be extremely laggy. So we're not going to watch on board. We'll watch broadcast view. Beautiful helmet. Oh, bit of sliding there. What's he going to get? Sector 1 is the question. We won't know the sectors compared to the other drivers, but it is purple. Oh, that's because it's his first lap. Never mind, he doesn't have purple sector 1. I mean, he might, but it's his first lap, so we actually don't know. Championship leader, not able to set a lap time so far. We'll see if he can set a lap time now. Coming around turn... What turn is this? What turn is this? Turn 22, 23, and 24. Is that whole bit there? I got it right. He's going to come around the last corner. Turn 27. Closes the DRS, but then we'll just shortly open it back up. He'll open it now. Will he do... Brendan, stop not doing laps. Is he doing this on purpose or something? I don't know. Or maybe he's just not happy with his times. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. You'd rather set a lap time. I don't know. Yomir has left the session and hasn't been able to get back in. Eat My Dust hasn't came back out of the pits. So it means, like, Yeoman... I mean... The Ferrari driver P18, Mashek, I think is how you say his name, he bend it, So it doesn't matter where he starts. Matt's binned it. Doesn't matter where. When I mean it doesn't matter where he starts, I mean he shouldn't be at the back. As we'll watch Smirtoni, the only driver currently out. But Yolman has a quali ban, could potentially start P14. Taban binned it, so it doesn't matter where he starts. And Foley, I believe, also has a quali ban. I may be right, I might be wrong. I think I'm wrong. But yeah, Smirtoni was F3 when a few incidents happened in F3. And he is line only, I believe. So then he asked if he could race in F2 for a few races and see if he could, compete with the line only drivers, and he definitely has been able to, as he's now got a permanent seat at Aston Martin after a driver in, was it Monza or Imola? I can't remember, but a driver, no, it was Imola. A driver has been banned from the league, Patuca, after brake checking on a straight. So his seat was available, and Smirtoni, I'm guessing the most points as a reserve driver, managed to get the seat. Yeah, by the looks of things, Smirtoni had the most points of reserve and took the seat. As that's what it goes by nowadays, the most points as a reserve driver. Smirtoni does turn 4 to 12 quite nicely. There is a driver up ahead of the other Aston Martin of Turbo. Smirtoni actually doing a really good lap now. Into turn 16, 17, and then 18. Did hit the wall, but will get a tow by his teammate Turbo. So a good bit of teamwork here, but Turbo hopefully doesn't get in the way of his teammate. No, he doesn't. That was good to tow in. Smirtoni has went wide. You could say that as an invalidation, but he still keeps on going. Turn 26, and the last corner, turn 27. We'll close DRS, but we'll just shortly open it. Does that really nicely. Doesn't hit the wall. Opens up DRS. Go off track a little bit. We'll come across the line. 28.9, a tenth and a half faster, but it keeps him P11. So Bashi on the lap. Championship leader. Can he finally set a lap? This is the question. I'm not going to ride on board as he's lagging. Can he finally set a lap time? Everyone else is on laps, but we've got to pay attention to the championship leader. So we see what happens. As Lars sets a new fastest lap, 27.4. Bashi has got a good lap. He is staying out. He does want to set this lap. It's a 27.8. He goes P4. So the championship leader is not on pole. Turbo looks invalidated. He's just got another corner. There's Jericho, fellow Northern Irishman, goes provisional pole 27.344. A very good lap by him. 5 times faster than his teammate. Quinn goes over Bashi, beats his time by nearly 5 tenths, goes 20 thousandths clear of Bashi. Bashi actually really close to Pangri as well. Astros coming across the line, P8 it is for him. Vilzu only P11. Smirtoni also in the pits. Quali is done. So Jericho, the fellow Northern Irishman, is pole for the F2 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix at Jeddah with a 27.344. Behind him is the debut driver of VER Lars with a 27.4. Then a 3/10 gap to Turbo in the Aston Martin reserve driver in P3, the German driver. P4, we have Queen in the Alpine. This is a 27.8. P4, then we have the championship leader of Bashi in P5 in the Red Bull also. Just like I said, 19. Wait, is it changed to. No, 21 thousandths behind Quing now. And then a 14 thousandths gap to Pangri, who will be behind Bashi. Then we have Bo and Astros in the fourth row, Kaipi and Snoken in the fifth, and then the rest of the grid. We have Velzu, Smironi, Ferret de Souza, Mats, Yoloman, Taban, Yolomir, Mashiek, Eat My Dust, and Foley. Bit of a weird one though, because Yoloman had a quali ban and starts P16, I think it was. So you could say it is maybe a bit of a. You could say it is a weird one, but we'll have to just wait and see if anything's changed. I don't know. I don't think anything would be. But no formation up, as always. Codemasters and EA, fix your game, please. We want to have formation up back on. But yeah, no formation up, so we will be starting in 20 minutes. It'll be interesting to see. Let's see if we can actually get a quick glimpse of race director. We can see quickly here what tyres everyone is on. It's a mix of medium and hards. Quing and Bashi up front on the hard tyres. Get a little glimpse of it. We will look, but of course it will be lights out. So we'll look at it after probably the first lap. So here we go. Formula 2 PlayStation Jeddah Grand Prix. It's 5 lights out and it's away we go. It was an early start. Jericho stays ahead. Larson actually have the greatest start, but Bashi is up on the inside. Where can he go? Any chaos in the background? Pangreen, Bolt are fighting. Bashi and Turbo are fighting. There's a contact between Turbo and Bashi, I believe. I'm not so sure there what happened. I believe Snoken is gone in the AlphaTauri. Let's get the tyres up quickly. Everything do that. Tyres. So everyone on the medium or hard compound tyres. Bashi, Quinn, Bo on the hard tyres. Both Mercedes, Kaipi and Vilzu on the hard tyres. Foley and Lusk on the hard tyres. Actually, that is Smirtoni and Taban, I think, gone. Actually, no, it's a 3-car pile up at the back. Snoken, Ferret de Souza, Smirtoni, Ferret de Souza and Smirtoni have both lost their front wings, so it's different. They're still racing. That is funny. I think Ferret de Souza actually let Smirtoni past, but they're still going to fight with no front wing. You'd love to see it. Back up to the front, Jericho pulls the second gap to Lars so far. Turbo, Bashi is behind, and a bit of a gap to Quing, who is having to hold off Bo and Pangri behind, with other drivers like Astros, Kaipi and Vilzu behind as well. Let's see, who had the greatest of starts? Actually, no, we're not going to see that. We're going to watch Bo and Quing side by side, both on the hard compound tyres. Bo gets the position done before the corner. Of course, a special McLaren livery now as well. As the Ferrari livery's gone. I was going to say the Ferrari livery's probably gone. That was Pangri possibly looking on the move on Quing, I think it was. I may be right, I may be wrong. Jericho, second gap still. Ferret de Souza retired in the pits. Wow, he's just lap 1 incident and he's retired. Interesting. Smirtoni, My Dust, Mats as well. All coming in, I believe. They're all on the hards, and I think My Dust and the mediums. My Dust may have started on the hards, maybe. Okay, so we go to the position changed. Bashi, good start, P5 to P4. Bo, a good start from him, P7 to P5. Quine drops from P4 to P6, it isn't the greatest. Pangri drops from P6 to 7, but will be looking to get the position back on Quing. Astros, Kaipi in the same positions. Kaipi, massive moment there. Vilzu up 1, Yoloman Brilliant. Actually, Yoloman and Vilzu side by side, turn 26. Oh, there's contact, but they relatively keep it clean. It is medium tyres to hard tyres, so there is a difference. But Vilzu will keep the position for now. As I was saying, Yoloman P15 to P11, good stuff to Foley P20 to P12, brilliant stuff by him. Massey as well, or Losks P18 to P13, good start by him. And Taban up to, Yomir up to, as Turbo. No, it's Lars. Lars is spun. That is a very, 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 very unsafe rejoin. As he has a fire behind of Losk, he's going to hold him up. Maybe it's a virtual safety car. Lars spins it from P2, I believe, with Turbo. Might have been fighting with Turbo, I don't think it was. May just been pressure. Who knows? But Turbo will be looking to probably catch up to Jericho here. But of course the Delta will matter. And what will be interesting is to see if any drivers will get a drive-through penalty, because of course that can massively change things. Looking here, it's actually Haas, Mercedes, Haas. So Mercedes in a Haas sandwich, almost as if it was like in the actual esports races in F1. As we are underway again, and no one gets a drive through, so everyone knows about keeping it under the Delta. Looking at the gaps, Turbo 1.4 behind, so did manage to catch up a bit to Jericho. Then Brendan Gashi, or I'm just going to call him Bashi, 2.8 seconds behind in P3. Quing is in the pits. Oh goodness, this internet from Bashi. What is this? Don't think it's the greatest idea to watch Bashi for the rest of the race after seeing that internet. He's even lagging about on a straight line. Eddie overtakes Astros. Sorry, I'm yawning again, I'm tired. Anyway, Astros, Pangri for P5. Anything happening? Doesn't look. Oh, Astros has a moment. That is a brilliant save by him. And doesn't lose much time to Pangri in front. Interesting thing which we're going to see here, the whole top 12 has moved up position except for Jericho. No, I thought it would be in. And I mean, that is because of Lars. Is one of the reasons. Anyway, we're going to go back to the tyres. We can see kind of the tyre situation. Bashi struggling. Was 2.8 second gap, it's now 3.6 to Turbo. So Turbo, either, I mean, he does have pace because he's caught up, he's keeping up with Jericho. But the tyre difference must be hurting massively. As Pangray looks to be getting involved, possibly to try get an overtake on Bo, potentially. But remember, does have Astros behind in the Haas. Yomir and Lars fighting. Lars gets position. Yuleman and Foley fighting. But I believe Yuleman was ahead and keeps the position. We see yellow flags. Believe Quing in P17, I think it was. The yellow flags was for. I might be right, I might be wrong. Oh my goodness, I just can't stop yawning. Matt's P16, first to collect the 3-second time penalty, and definitely will not be the last today. As we can see, everyone is still just on the medium and the hards. Of course, the back 4, 16, 17, 18, 19, they have all paid already. Because of damage, I believe. Yeah, it's the only reason I would imagine that some people would have paid. As loads of fighting. Hold on. Pangri and Bo fighting into turn 1 and 2. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking out for this. They're still side by side. And Bo stays. Yeah, Bo was ahead. Interesting thing to note here though, Bo we could see was using the RS is on 20%. Pangri is not using. He is using now though. That is Yoloman. Yoloman is gone. Is it a safe rejoin? Yes it is. But the half sandwich is no more. Astros has actually got past Kaipi as well. I didn't see that. But Pangri is behind Bo. Of course, the tyre difference here will be an interesting thing to note and see what happens. As Pangri's on the mediums, Bo is on the hards. Bo actually goes a bit wide there. Will leave himself compromised for Pangri. Can we get a sky view, please, from the helicopter? No, we won't. But we will see them go side by side for turn 26 and 27. Pangri gets the position. Bo will get DRS, I believe. Yes, he will. Vilzu behind as well, manages to catch up and get the DRS as well. Will Bo look for the move? No, he is too far behind. Astros in the pits. It must be damage. There's no other way. Whoa! What was that? Lars and Masiek. I'm just going to call him Masiek. He's got a J at the end, but I don't know how to pronounce Polish names. That was a big send by Lars, which we saw there. Yellow flag, Smirtoni at the back. Let's go quickly back up to the front. Yomir P16 has retired in the pits. Will Mats do the same? Eat my dust as well, maybe, potentially? As I see, Alex is watching the stream as he is put what I said in golden quotes. Hello, Alex. Do not watch the F3 base, please. Oh, finally we get the helicopter view. That is both Williams drivers out of the race, I've just realised. The first two out. Any passing? Vilzu is on Bo. Pangri has got past Bo. And will Vilzu go for a move? No, he will not. Will stay behind. Smart decision. Bo has a moment. Vilzu dead slightly, but it wasn't as big as a moment as Bo. So we're about a third of the way through this race. Jericho sits P1, still P1, and there's a 1.8 second gap to Turbo. So Turbo was seeming to catch up with Jericho, but now has fallen off. Might just be Turbo, maybe just keeping it. I don't want to say keeping it chill, but keeping it steady and not pushing as much as he does have a 3.6 second gap to Bashi, but Bashi was about 5-6 seconds behind, so Bashi is using ERS. Mediums will be starting to fade soon, and Bashi will now be using this moment to try catch up, as we do see Smirtoni getting lapped. Still racing though, so you've got to respect it. Kaipi and Lars fighting. Sorry, I'm yawning again. Oh, never mind. We have Vilza and Bo fighting. Turn 1 and 2. 4P5. Oh, Bo nearly doesn't leave the space there for Vilza. Vilza has to kind of back out of the move. Kaipi and Lars. Kaipi, I believe, was ahead and keeps the position, I think. Gap at the front is now 2 seconds. The ball is falling out of the DRS of Pangri and has, unless he can catch back up. Velzu, of course, keeping within the DRS of Bo. Yomir has left. Of course, he was already retired. Ah, you've already saw it, Alex. Okay, that isn't the greatest then. Sorry if I'm quiet. I think this should be fine. I'm just not trying to put my microphone as closest to my mouth because you can then sometimes hear me breathing. So I'm trying to not allow that to happen. Eat My Dust is spun in the background, but we do see Vilzu finally getting past Bo. He gets past on the straight. Very, very good to see. What Alec Kaipi in the pits was on the hard tyres. Not sure why that is. Like Alex is saying in the YouTube comments, Kaipi on the soft. Mistake there, surely. The soft tyres. Who knows what that's for? So the gap up front was 2 seconds. It's now 1.8. So it's not that big of a gap, but of course it's still not the greatest. Smirtoni Bashi isn't. This is funny. Smirtoni is using Turbo's DRS to hang on with him, and while this is happening, he's also catching up with like Mats and Eat My Dust and stuff because he is getting DRS. So this is very funny, but it's a full course safety car. What for? Nobody spun. Jericho manages to react in time and's in the pits. Turbo reacts. Bashi is in, but is going slow because of course he'll have to wait for Jericho. Jericho's already out though, so Bashi should be fine. Vilzu, of course, this will be interesting to see who stays out, who goes in. Vilzu currently the only driver to go into the pits. It's unlucky for Kaipi. He just pitted onto the soft tyres. Bo is on the soft tyres. Interesting. Is there anyone staying out? Astros is the second driver to stay out. He has just pitted for hards as well. Well, he hasn't just pitted. He's been on them for 4 laps, but like they're not that old. It's P8. Kaipi as well. P10. So he has gained his positions back, I believe, because he did pit early. But this is going to be interesting. We see a Mercedes in the lead, but of course on old tyres. And then we see a very big mix of the top 6 then behind Vilzu. We see Jericho and Turbo on the hards. We see Bashi, or Brendan, on the mediums. We see Pangri on the hards, Foley on the mediums, and Bo on the softs. So, these next few laps are going to be very interesting. Well, actually, not these next few laps. Probably in 2-3 laps' time, as we are going to have to wait for the likes of Quang, Taban, Mats, Eat My Dust, and Smirtoni to catch up. And fair play, Smirtoni unlapped himself because of everyone going in the pits. So that is probably what Smirtoni wanted, and he has got it. And it's funny because him and Eat My Dust are pretty much racing under the safety car now. They're just trying to catch up. Quang looked to have disconnected, as Ennis saying in the chat. Jericho is Albanian. You can say that all you want. He's Northern Irish. He's my man. Bashi's cool and all as well. But he's your man because he's Albanian and you're Albanian, Ennis. So I'm trying to see here. I think the drivers who are actually best at shot here is Bashi and Foley. I think the medium tyres is the best tyre the now to be using. Of course, it is a bit unfortunate for the likes of Jericho and Turbo and Name because they were on the mediums at the start and have now pretty much had to go on the soft. I mean, on the hards by force. Of course, Brendan started on the hards. I believe Foley was on the hards as well. So, of course, they've saved their medium tyre, and it looks to possibly have worked with how it's going right now. I don't get Bo on the softs, but it could work. It could, but he will have to pit again, that is the thing. That is what I don't get about it. Anyway, only 2 drivers to catch up now, which is Eat My Dustin Smartoni. I believe this is the second lap. It could be in this lap. It could be. I'm not so sure, but it could be. We're going to go back and see. Are they far behind? No, they're not. My prediction will be in this now. Yeah. It will. Alex, right, I'm saying the now differently. Don't believe me for it. Thank you very much. Anyway, is it in? Yes, it is. There we go. So Vilzu on the old hard tyres will be the one controlling the field behind. Jericho on new hards, Turbo on new hards, Bashi on new mediums, Pangri on new hards, Foley on new mediums, Bolt on new softs. When will Vilzu go? Will he go now? No, he will not. He will wait. He will wait even longer. And he will go now. And he... oh my goodness. Turbo has such a brilliant start. Will he get an illegal overtake? Oh my goodness. Jericho. You madman. It's 3 wide behind. Turbo's gone. Jericho is gone. We saw 3 wide there. I don't know what to say. But that was something. That's to say the least. Because of course we saw Turbo had such a good start. He actually got the overtake on Jericho before the line. Jericho broke, which then led to Bashi going by and got a double overtake on his teammate in Turbo. Pangri also got the double overtake, but then Jericho, Pangri, Turbo went 3 wide, and it's ended up with Jericho being the one that spun. So we'll have to see, can Jericho make the positions back? He has been in the lead this whole race, so he does have the pace. But will he have the pace against all these drivers is the question. Is there any moves? There's a move at the back, Eat My Dust and Quing. There is a move for P3, however. And the lead, Bashi and Vilzu. As Foley is past Pangri as well. Pangri actually had a massive mistake. It's side by side with Bo. Bo tucks in behind, but will look to go alongside him again. He will. And Bo gets past. Bo, of course, being on the soft tyre, so Bo is definitely on attack mode. Bashi is passed into the lead. Controller player is in the lead. Quang retires in the pits. Vilzu on the old hards will be the defence minister to the drivers behind. Turbo behind, then Foley, then Bo, Pangri, Yoloman, Kaipi, Astros, Lusks, Lars, Sunokin, Jericho, Mats, Eat My Dust, Smartoni and Taban. That is the grid right now who are still racing, if anyone is just tuning in now. Safety car restart just happened. The whole field is bunched together. The leader, pretty much of the whole race, Jericho, dropped to P13 after a 3 wide into turn 1 lead time, I think, being tapped or something. I'm not so sure what happened. Will we see a move here for P2 between Turbo and Vilzu? Turbo is using, Vilzu isn't. It wouldn't be a good move. All the other drivers though are behind, so there will definitely be a DRS train next lap. As Turbo, is he passed? Yes, he is. As that Losk spun, I believe, or something happened. But a massive gap. It's back to just the whole race. Actually, no, it's not. Kaipi with a 3 seconds in P7. That will drop him back massively. So interesting to see there. As Golden Flame, who I believe, after getting told by Ennis today, you can tell me if I'm right, Golden Flame, F4 driver, but also helps Bashe and Jericho with, like, everything. Race director, or whatever you could say. But you're saying that Aston Martin rear-ended him. Wow, okay, so interesting to see there. Apparently, Turbo rear-ended Jericho, so we did kind of catch it on stream, but it wasn't the clearest. No, don't be through. We're going to see a 3 wide. No, we're not. Thank goodness for that, we're not seeing a 3 wide. Lars, Astro, Snooken, all fighting. We also see Vilzu and Foley. Foley gets past Foley up into P3. He got a 3rd last week. Has only raced 3 times, but has got a 2nd place, a 9th place, and a 3rd place. And is 8th in the standings with only racing in 3 races. Hello to Nikki Shulkin. What assist is everyone using? This is F2, so everyone, I believe, is line only. There may be a few drivers who have no assists, but aren't a good enough pace to be in F1, so they race in F2. But this lobby here is minimum line only, so there is no traction, no ABS in this lobby, and for a few drivers, no assists. I do help them with everything. What would they do without me? Well, I don't know what they'd do without you. I mean, they've been doing all right so far. You know, 1, 2, and then you helping them is going to help them even more. We're watching here, Foley right along the backside of Turbo. As Kaipi and Yoloman. It's a 3 wide into turn 27. What is this? Yoloman and Lars has led the Kaipi going into the wall. Has to go into the pits. Someone with brilliant dodging skills there. I think it was Jericho. Send it. Oh, I was hoping he was going to send it. That wasn't the greatest of views there to see. Unlucky to Kaipi. Might retire. Or, yeah, I mean, he's going on fresh mediums. If it's a safety car, he could get involved back in, potentially. Eat My Dust. Eat My Dust has actually crashed. I thought he retired in the pits, he's crashed. And out comes a safety car. Brilliant for Kaipi. Literally, he just crashed, and then all of a sudden, it's a safety car. But, you do maybe wish now to go on the softs. Oh my goodness, look at Bo. Bo is screaming right now. He is loving life. I said as well, the only way it would work for him is if there's another safety car. And it has happened. him on the soft tyres, gets to go on the softs again. Velzu as well, he'll be loving life, stays out, and it has paid off. But the question is it softs? That is the question. I, personally, think it is softs. But will people stay track position? Bashi stays out, Foley stays out, Turbo is in, Vilzu in, Bo in, Pagui in, Yoloman is staying out, Lars is in, I can't tell who's staying out, Jericho is back up in the high position, has stayed out. So it'll be interesting to see. Most of them are going on to, well, no, pretty much everyone is going to soft tires. Bo is on mediums. Interesting. Wait, Bo was in front of Pangui, wasn't he? But I think Bo's fallen behind Pangui in the pits. Interesting. So, 7 drivers stay out. You know what, it could be in this lap. This might not be the greatest for the soft runners. The soft runners are actually going to be struggling. I think you should have actually stayed out. Never mind. Don't listen to anything I say nowadays, because my strategy is always wrong. Listen to Golden Flame, who helps Red Bull. I mean, both of them have stayed out, so they probably told them, stay out, stay out. Be like Toto Wolff or Christian Horner. Box, 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 stay out, stay out. Anyway, the top 7 stay out. Smirtoni was lapped, is now P7. Mats was going to get lapped, is now P6. Lusk is P5, Jericho P4, Yolman P3, Foley P2, and the championship leader is P1. The controller player at Jeddah, you know, it's not the greatest combination, but it's working so far for Brendan. As he is lagging all about the place. Let's just get a nice little view of all the cars coming round turn 27. It's a beautiful view. Is that all the drivers? Oh my goodness, it is. Are we off the camera view there? So let's look back. You can see all of the drivers. Alex, I've not gone insane. Ennis, Jericho is a real top G. Yes, he is. Alex, I have not gone insane. It's just me trying to add a bit of comedy to commentating. Stop trying to speak the London slang English. Alex and Ennis having a nice little conversation in the YouTube chat. Interesting thing to note, Mats has a 3 seconds. Astros Kaipi also do. Golden Flame saying Red Bulls have got this for sure. He is confident in his team. And actually looking at it now, the people on the softs are fine. 6 lap on softs should be fine, but the question is, how many positions can they make up? And you're really looking at the front 3 soft runners, Turbo, Vilza and Pangri. How many are they going to be able to gain? That is the question. I'm surprised Ferrari's strategy is working. Anyway, safety car, it should be in this lap. It has been 2 laps of it out. This Bashi looks like he's making his brakes a bit warm. He was accelerating and braking there. Safety car is in this lap, so we will see, hopefully if there's another safety car, we will see 6 laps of racing. Bashi, wait, did I just see number 15 on Bashi's car? Is he stolen my number? Well, it's not my number. Anyway, we can see them to your left side of the screen. Oh, you know what? We're actually going to try watch it from this camera angle. When will Bashi go? Is the question. He's going now? Is he going now? Yes, he is. He is away now. Everyone is behind. There is a massive gap from Losk to Jericho. As Jericho is leaving to tape his tyres. Makes sense. Turbo fighting his teammate Smirtoni. Also on the soft tyres, so he will be very, very eager. He's going to try go past Mats as well. Not enough space there. He's forced wide. Similar situation to me today in F3, but he does get the position. Smirtoni dropping like flies to... Oh. Never mind. Commentator's curse is alive. Velzu on Mats for P7 goes round the outside. Can he get the move done? Better acceleration. Pangri is behind. Pangri's going to slot in where Velzu was, but Mats is there. Will stay P8, but does have Pangri and Lars behind. Lars out of nowhere on the softs, picking up quite a few places. Is there any moves at the top? Jericho right behind Yoloman. Can he get the move done? Turbo on Losk. Turbo's using an awful lot of ERS here. As there is a move for P3, Jericho, Yoloman. Yoloman is still there. But Jericho gets the move. Will Losk take that to his advantage on the medium tyres? He will go side by side. Turbo, what will he do behind? Oh, it's a massive... Oh! Losk hits Jericho. Jericho gets a 3-second because of that. Losk is in the wall. Yoloman is also in the wall. There was an incident there that will definitely be reported. Ferrari in the wrong massively there for 2 major incidents. He is missing a bit of his end plate. His right end plate is missing. Yeah, as he does also get 3 seconds. Jericho will definitely be looking to get that 3 second removed. So I don't think it's fair to look at the standings kind of how it is after that incident with the Ferrari driver. Yeah, he's just getting passed by. It was a dumb idea. Yeah, his whole front wing's gone. He just can't drive. But he is still defending all the drivers. There was a thing... Oh yeah, he's pulling to the side now. A bit risky though. He kind of broke and nearly caused everyone to go into the back of one another. I don't know. Anyway, back up to the front. Foley. Oh, we finally got the camera view. Can we get another camera view? No, we can't. A fight for the lead. Controller driver versus wheel driver. What is the difference going to be at Jeddah? If anything, the... Oh wait, I've just realised Conor Ryan is full-time in Haas. Never mind. I thought he was reserve. So we might see a move for the lead. Turbo. Bo! No! Bo! No Bo! Bo is gone. At turn 1 and 2, I believe. Oh, that's so sad for Bo. I did say as well, he either gets a podium or he doesn't score points or DNFs. And sadly it looks like another situation where it's going to be a no point, as it isn't probably too late in the race to gain as many positions back to the drivers in front. Any moves? Lars on Velzu. Lars using massively. He's using ERS even before the DRS. What is he doing? Oh, he makes Velzu spin. So, unsafe rejoin from Velzu, but I don't think he probably cares. He's just been shafted of points off of Lars after not having to get... Oh, hold on. Pitbull, Jericho fighting. 4P3. Jericho, of course, having a 3 seconds. That's not the greatest. Lars is behind. Oh, Lars is making it 3 wide, isn't he? Is it 3 wide? Is it 3 wide? Is it 3 wide? It is. Oh no, it didn't make. It's a 3 wide into turn 1. Jericho is there. He gets literally collateraled and put to the side of the wall. Lars is gone into the wall because of it. And he's continuing to go into the wall because of it. But we're going to go back up. Turbo in a podium position right now. As a reserve driver, I believe. Yeah, reserve driver Turbo. As KP gets up. Another 3 second? Yeah. Wait. Wait, Jericho got a 5? Jericho's on 5 seconds. Hold on. We saw a 3 second pop up, not a 5. I don't know, that's silly. I don't know what's happened there. Apparently Jericho's on 5 seconds. I don't understand this game. Anyway, will the fight for the lead actually happen? It's what we have to look out for. Oh, look at this camera angle, finally. We can see the Alfa Romeo fully closing in behind on Bashi. As Golden Flame is saying, hopefully, fingers crossed, the penalty will get removed. It is on stream, Golden Flame. I believe it was the bump, turn 1 and 2, which he got it from because of the Ferrari send. So Foley and Bashi, the fight for the lead. What will happen is the question. By the way, I was saying Bo isn't going to be able to get points. Never say never. He's P11 and Matt's as 6 seconds. So Bo is getting points if he doesn't spin again. His pace, man, is just so unbelievable. Anyway, Snooken and Yoloman fighting for P7. 2 soft runners behind Yoloman, who has to defend for his life on 13 lap old hards. That is the Haskell wide of Astros hit the wall. And the AlphaTauri of Mats is spun behind. Bo will go. That is a reset the track from Mats. You naughty, naughty boy. We caught it on stream. Anyway, we will go into the last lap. And I'm very confident we will see a fight for the lead. Bashi is a moment out of the last corner. Foley does have a run on him. Let's see the final lap of racing. We're going to turn everything off. Actually, we'll put it like this. Foley against Bashi for the win in Saudi Arabia. Controller versus wheel. What will happen? They're going in the whole turn 4 to turn 12 section in sector 1. If you can get it right, people call it the most satisfying corners in the F1 game. Brendan is massively pushing. He pulls quite a good gap to Foley. But the question is, will he keep the gap? Is he pushing hard enough to keep the gap? They're both on 50% ERS. Definitely will be saving for the massive straights. Will they start using now? Brendan is using, Foley is using. But Foley will have an advantage of DRS. I can imagine, I can see a last corner move here. Someone's gone. It's Losk at the back. We're focusing on this. Please give us a, yes, give us a good camera angle, please. Oh, it's not giving us one. Foley. Will he be able to get near Bashi to send it into the final corner? No, he will not. Bashi comes around the last corner. If he doesn't mess it up, Bashi will come across the line to win in Jeddah. Fully coming across the line for a P2. Turbo comes across the line for a P3. Jericho with a 5-second penalty will cross the line for P4. Will drop to P5. Pangui up to P4. And the penalty drivers are dropping like mad. We'll continue through the grid. Pangui P4. Jericho P5. Snooken 6th. Astros 7th. Bo 8th. I was saying he should retire. ends up getting 4 points. Congrats to him. Yoloman P9 and Kaipi, after everything which happened, ends in the points. Taban P11, Smirtoni P12, Mats P13, Vilzu. Not the greatest of races. Wait. Leon is saying it was Turbo's debut. Hold on. It was his debut. When? When was it his debut? Ladies and gentlemen, Fabian Marin, the German driver of Pitbull Turbo, gets a podium on his debut race. That is a story. Anyway, Bashi is now won 6 out of 7 races he has raced in F2. Fully finishes P2, 3 out of 4 podiums in all the races. And the debut, also not to mention, fully started in last. And he finishes P2. Pitbull Turbo, on his debut, gets a podium. Congrats to him. Started P3 and stays P3. Pangari, P4. Jericho will be looking to get the 5-second removed. Will promote him to P4 if he does so. But anyway, he is P5. Snooken is in P6, Astros P7, and Bolt P8. We then have Yoloman P9 and Kaipi P10. And then the rest of the finishers, we have Taban, Smirtoni, Mats, Vilzu, and the Losk. And we saw Lars crash at the end there, actually, on his debut race. Started second, ends up crashing, so unlucky to him. And all the DNFers with Eat My Dust, Quing, Yulmir, and Ferret de Sosa. Well, that was the race. I am going. I'm asking if we should do interviews. Hopefully, Watch comes on the NCs. He says I can, so I will say interviews to Mr. Bashi, Foley, and Turbo. I'm going to add them to the party anyway. Bear with me 1 second as I add them to the party. Doesn't matter if they say yeah or no, I will always add them. Bashi. Oh, I have to add them individually. So I've added Bashi. Next was Pitbull, Turbo, and Foley. So,
Cameron?
yeah.
What are you saying?
Not bad. What did you?
I'm alright. Was it at least a fun race to
Yeah,
commentate on?
yeah, it was good. Yeah,
Good.
yeah, it was definitely a good race to commentate on. I believe the Turbo was joining. He did say sure.
Who's Turbo? The P3? The
Debut
new
driver. Yeah.
It's the
Oh my
Aston
goodness!
Martin,
I've just
What you saying,
realized.
No, nothing. It's the Aston Martin, I think.
No,
Yes.
I mean, what are you saying? Like, what's up, basically?
Okay. Not bad.
GG,
Shame
man.
it wasn't P1. Yeah,
Yeah, it was close. I mean, from
yeah.
last to P2, good racing.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, not too bad.
Hello, Turbo.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
I've just realised as well. I was originally calling you Pitbull, but then I started calling you Turbo, and I've just realised you've got Turbo, the movie, like the snail, as your profile picture.
Yeah.
He's
I've
fast as well.
only just realised now. I was calling you Turbo the whole race, so thank goodness for that. Oh, okay. Think questions. All right, I've got questions.
No pressure.
So, well, I mean, I've got the pressure in F1 normally. I've got to do it again in F2. All right, so start off with the winner today, Brendan Gashi or Bashi,
Ooh.
however you want to say your name. A controller driver, so instantly most people would struggle and say struggle at the circuit. But how
I was
did you
struggling. I was
find it?
dying. My wrist is finished. I want to go to bed. Everything's fucked. I was getting frame lag. This controller's ass. But you know what? Shit quality, decent race. We'll take it.
Yeah, there a few incidents with other drivers, I
Me?
believe. No, with others. No, like not
Ah,
you, but like other
yeah.
incidents led to you gaining a few positions. Of course, you must have a bit of heartbreak for what happened to
No
Jericho.
heartbreak. Oh, for Jericho, yes, a very
Yeah,
big,
no, yeah,
big
for Jericho,
heartbreak.
yeah.
Yeah, it was peak. I mean, the safety car restart. I think Jericho played it smart and like lifted a bit so that Pitt would be behind him or would have to give the position back, and then I think he got punted off. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
But in the end, he was trying to hold people up so that me and Folly could have a easy 1-2. You know what I mean? So shout out to him. He's a top G. And then
yeah.
yeah,
I
the
mean,
rest
that's
was all
what
GG.
Hennis said that in the YouTube
Yeah, he
chat.
did. Yeah. And then Gold as well with his beautiful instructions. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Perfect engineer. What more?
Yeah, he
Yeah, it was
was
alright.
talking in the chat as well. Hopefully, Jericho could get that 5 second removed because I think
Hopefully.
I caught on stream. I'm pretty sure they got bumped turn 1 and 2 from the Ferrari. I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, caught on stream. So
Hopefully. He
he
did a
would.
good job. He would
Yeah,
have had a good
he.
race. He would have been at least on the podium at the end there, but
Yeah,
it is
just a
what
bit
it is.
unfortunate. Yeah.
Me and Folly had a nice scrap as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was watching it most of the time. It's the whole thing we were watching. I was hyping up the last lap battle. Hopefully,
Mate, I
that
was
was.
so nervous. Like I couldn't nail any of the corners, and then Folly was just on my ass. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I was hyping it up. We saw you were two just together for like the last 4 or 5 laps of the racing. I think it was 6 laps of racing it ended up being.
Yeah, it was a good amount. 6 laps, yeah.
Yeah. But we'll move on to the driver who we were just mentioning, Foley, P2, your second one of the season. Raced 4 times now. Got 3 podiums, 2 seconds and a third. So you must be happy with that.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, unfortunately I had to miss some races because my old wheel just decided to give up, and so I had to wait a bit to buy the new one. But now, fortunately, I'm back, and Imola was a bit was good overall, but I thought I lacked a bit of pace, which I thought I had today. I unfortunately couldn't do quali, and I was very disappointed because this track is very, very tricky to overtake on and to stay out of trouble and not get stuck in other people's incidents.
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately, I managed to get through that almost cleanly, let's say, because I had a little contact with KP, and unfortunately. But yeah, it was a very good race. When I saw the times these guys were doing in quali, I thought, yeah, I'm out for sure. These guys did some crazy times, like 27.3 Jericho, 27.4 the other
Yeah, there was
new
some
guy.
fast times.
Yeah, very, very fast. And I was pretty confident about my race pace being up there, so close to theirs. But those quali times really put a knock on my expectations, let's say. But then, yeah, the race was about surviving and not getting stuck in any incidents. So, yeah, the safety car helped a bit because it reduce the gap to 0 basically. And the guy who was first when the first safety car came out was on old arts, which was Vilzu, I think, the other Mercedes. So I thought, yeah, this is good because he's gonna block everyone basically, so I have a good chance to catch up. And as always, my first lap or two after the safety car restarts are not good at all because I always struggle and have no faith in the car. But yeah, I managed to stay close, and I was very optimistic because I was the only one along with Bashi on medium, so I thought, wow, well, that's very weird. First thing I thought, because I thought everyone would start on hards, but not. So I thought, yeah, I have a very good chance to finish on the podium here. And then the accident with Jericho happened in the restart. So unfortunately for him, but fortunately for me, I managed to pick up a place for free, or two maybe. No, I think just one. Anyway, yeah, then my teammate, Pangri, let me go after that lap. So GG to him. He didn't make it. Yeah, shout out to him.
He had a good race.
Yeah, also finishing P4, I think.
P4. Could be P5 if Jericho gets his penalty removed, but
okay.
we have to wait and see what happens. Is it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is this better?
Same shit.
And then after the second safety car, which I was really not hoping for, because I had two guys on hard behind me, and I thought I was faster than them because of the mediums, basically. And then I had Bashi out of the RS, but you, or if you would have just pulled away. But yeah, last safety car came out, and I thought about pitting for softs because I thought everyone behind me would have pitted, but you didn't, so I stayed out. I thought I'm just gonna copy him because he always gets good calls on safety cars and stuff like that. So yeah, last few laps it was almost all out racing, but I wasn't really pushing that hard. Yeah, I thought,
I saw you flat the DRS, so I knew you wanted to make sure the guys on the softs didn't catch us.
Honestly, it wasn't for that. The first 2-3 laps I was kind of worried of the guys behind us.
Yeah.
Jericho mostly because he is fast, and even though he was on hard, I thought he would have been a bit faster, but I think it's the tires that are.
Yeah, the mediums are just a very good tire.
Yeah. And so after I realized that the guys behind us weren't going to catch us, even the guys on soft, because softs they put it on lap 17, I thought, so they had to do a lot of laps. They weren't going to go to the end on, let's say, good conditions. So I thought it was just you and me, and I tried to do the scumbag tactic of staying behind and just splashing all my ERS on the last lap, but it didn't work. I could have overtook you at least one time for sure.
You could have. On the main straight, right?
No, it was on. No, it was in the penultimate lap. That time I was really trying to overtake you, but I couldn't. I thought you would have let me go, to be honest, because I thought you would have.
No, I knew you had less ERS, so I just had to stay ahead of you. Basically.
How much did you have?
Okay, because on the penultimate lap, I had like 88%. I didn't use any.
Okay.
I had you did save.
I had 14-12.
Oh.
What about you?
I had 13-11. So similar.
Oh, okay, just the TT setup, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So, yeah.
Yeah, GG.
GG.
Yeah, if it's alright, I'm going to move on to the third position driver. Debut race in Ero and gets a podium. Turbo. Really good race by you, of course, debut. You got P3 in quali, and then a few incidents in the race, but you stay P3 for your first race. You must be happy with that, right?
Yeah, kind of. I didn't have any training because Linus told me I can race for him, and I didn't do any lap and stuff like that. So P3 and Poly was really good. But the track, I'm on controller, so
Yeah.
not the best thing. But my pace was in the race really good. I didn't thought like I could stay with Jericho, but yeah, it was on the restart on the first one. Jericho lifted at the line because I had a better restart, and then yeah, I had to lift off too, and then everyone passed, and it was like
Yeah,
3 wide or something.
yeah, it was a 3 wide between you.
It was 4 wide at one point.
Was it?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was me,
it was full.
Tangri, Pit, and
Ah,
Jericho.
I was watching it from behind, being like,
You were like, please crash, please crash.
yeah, someone is gonna crash here for sure.
Yeah, but the race was okay. I thought like, do I go on soft or do I stay? But the guys in front of me stayed out, and yeah, I just pitted, and Jericho hold me up in the and then I couldn't go, drive with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
Good
pretty
GG,
good.
man. Good race.
yeah, but it was a very good race by all three of you. Of course, also the other drivers, Pangri, Jericho, Vilzu as well. Little spin at the end, I think it was, contact with another driver. He, of course, he stayed out. He controlled the first safety car, pretty sure. Yeah.
The Mercedes, right?
Yeah, Vilzu stayed out. But yeah, do any of you want to say anything else to the stream before I close it off?
Controller OP is OP.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Just GG, guys. It was a good race.
GG. Also, shout out to you guys on pad because it's not
Mate,
the easiest track.
my left, like my ring finger, is so sore because there's no position to keep it on that track.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
That's awful.
All right. So I'll just sign it off now. So thank you to everyone who's watched. 9 people currently watching interviews as well. So that's quite a good number.
What was the top viewership or top number?
I think we were in the 20s at one point. Pretty sure.
It's pretty good.
But yeah.
Maybe we should have more drama so we can get some.
Well, yeah, that is the end of today's Saudi Arabian F2 race. Make sure to tune in next week for F2 race, same time, 7 p.m. UK on a Saturday for another street circuit, and we are going to Azerbaijan, Baku. Will be interesting to see even more walls for even more drivers. And tomorrow you can tune in for PlayStation F1, 6 p.m. UK time. Tomorrow, Sunday, of course. We'll see if the likes of Black Box can maybe extend his lead in the championship to AXA. See if Gwil can get back to winning ways, maybe podium ways. We'll have to wait and see. That is the end from us today. Thank you to everyone who was watching during that race, and yeah, thank you, and that is it. And